Calling my parents helped me relax a little. I took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. Then the doorbell rang. What? It's my father-in-law? Hey, good morning, Eve. You guys are going on your honeymoon today, right? So I thought I'll drive you guys to the airport. Am I hallucinating? How come my father-in-law, who was rushed to the emergency room, is standing there talking to me? Didn't you get sick today? My name is Eve. I'm a 28-year-old office worker, and my boyfriend Chris just recently proposed to me. I was so happy, but to be honest, I feel like it took a long time. Because we've been dating since our senior year of high school. So we've been together for 10 years. After I graduated from junior college, I got a job and started living in an apartment by myself. Then 8 years ago, Chris started living in the apartment with me. We've been visiting each other's parents since we were in high school. And when we started living together, we told them about that. I got along with my in-laws quickly, and we went out to dinner a few times. When I was over 25 years old, I started to make a show of wanting to get married to him. But he said, "It's only been 3 years since I graduated from college and started working. And why don't we just continue living together like this?" He was not very positive about marriage. I told him that since I was already 28 years old, I was considering leaving him if our relationship wouldn't progress any further. Then a little while later, he finally asked me to marry him. I have told him many times about what I want to do at our wedding and about our honeymoon. He also said he wants to do what I want, and I took the lead in wedding preparations and honeymoon arrangements. After the wedding, all we had to do was to go on our honeymoon. Chris said he had some business to do at his parents' house before the honeymoon, so he went to stay at my in-laws' house. So I went to dinner with my parents. After I came back home, I took a bath and went to bed early. Before going to bed, I sent an SMS to Chris saying, "I'm looking forward to our trip to Maldives starting tomorrow," and went to sleep. I slept really well, and I woke up feeling refreshed the next morning. I was sure I'll be able to enjoy my trip a lot. I was going to meet Chris at the airport, so I was getting ready alone. I was a little concerned, however, because the message I sent to Chris last night hadn't been read. Well, I didn't send him anything important, but I was worried that he might be still sleeping. From my in-laws' house, it takes a long time to drive to the airport. Chris is the kind of person who takes a long time to get ready, so if he's not awake now, he'll be late. I was feeling a little worried when I received a phone call from Chris. "Hi, Chris. Are you ready yet?" He said something I didn't expect. "Oh, Eve, I'm sorry. My dad collapsed and had to be rushed to the emergency room." "What?" "He's in the hospital right now, and his condition isn't very good. So I'm sorry. I can't go on our honeymoon. Okay, but he looked fine at the wedding just a few days ago. Why? My mom and I were both surprised when my dad suddenly collapsed. We didn't expect that right before our honeymoon. It can't be helped. Yeah, but I don't want to waste the ticket, so why don't you go alone? No, it's our honeymoon. I can't go alone. Also, I can't go on a trip when your dad is sick. I'll visit him too. Where's the hospital? Oh, the doctor's here. I'll call you later. What? Wait. He must have been in a panic because he hung up the phone before telling me the hospital's name. So, I had no choice but to wait for a phone call from Chris. I wondered if my father-in-law will be okay. Oh, I have to cancel the trip. Oh no, that should be later. I called my parents. They could hear the anxiety in my voice. They said they'd come to my house immediately. I can't drive a car in my current state of mind. So it's great that my parents will come and give me a ride to the hospital as soon as Chris calls me. Calling my parents helped me relax a little. I took a deep breath, trying to stay calm, when the intercom rang. Who could it be? My parents' house is close to here, but it takes about 10 minutes by car. So there was no way my parents could be here. I opened the door, and there was my father-in-law. What? How come you're here? Hey, good morning, Eve. You're on your honeymoon from today, right? I'll drive you to the airport. A cab will be a waste of money, and a train or bus will be inconvenient because of the large luggage, right? My father-in-law speaks very cheerfully and happily. Am I hallucinating? Why is my father-in-law, who was rushed to the hospital, standing and talking? Didn't you collapse today? Huh? Did I collapse? What are you talking about? Chris called me just now. Chris isn't here now? No. Then where's he on your honeymoon day? He said he had some business at your house yesterday and was staying there. No, he didn't come. What do you mean? I didn't know what was going on anymore. He didn't seem like he was lying. Does that mean Chris is lying? I immediately called him, but he didn't answer the phone. Then my parents arrived. My parents got out of the car in a panic, but were surprised to see my father-in-law standing normally in front of them. Hey, what's going on? I heard Chris's dad collapsed. My father-in-law said, Excuse me, it seems like my stupid son lied to Eve. He apologized to my parents. What the hell is he thinking? I thought Chris must be doing something bad. My father-in-law and my parents came inside the house, and we set things straight. First of all, Chris didn't stay at my parents-in-law's house yesterday. That means he's doing something or going somewhere. My father-in-law was very furious that Chris lied that he collapsed. I thought Chris is probably telling my father-in-law that he's on his honeymoon with me. So I asked my father-in-law to call Chris. Then he answered the phone. Chris, where are you? I'm at the airport. It's almost time for boarding and I don't have time to talk to you. We're gonna trip to Maldives for 3 nights and 4 days. Right. Enjoy your honeymoon. Oh hey, can you put Eve on the phone for me? Huh? No. What's wrong with it? You don't have much time, do you? It won't take long. No, Eve's in the bathroom right now. Oh well, that's okay then. Enjoy your honeymoon. Yeah, thanks. Mary wanted me to get you some things in Maldives, so I'll send you a list via SMS later. What? I gotta go. Hey. My father-in-law hung up the phone. Then I researched the standard Maldivian souvenirs and made a list. Then my father-in-law sent it to Chris via SMS. Chris immediately read the message, but didn't reply to my father-in-law. Then I received an SMS from Chris. I want you to go to Maldives alone. I replied, pretending that I don't know anything. What? Why? Is your dad going to be okay? My dad seems to be okay for the time being, but I'm worried about him, so I'm going to stay at the hospital. I need you to go to Maldives. My mom wants some things from Maldives. I just sent you a list. Wait, I can't go on a trip at a time like this, and I can't buy souvenirs. Just tell me where the hospital is, and I'll come visit him. He seemed extremely upset when I sent the message. He suddenly sent me an angry message. Just do as I say. You have the tickets. All you have to do is get on the plane and go to Maldives, and go buy the stuff on the list. It's disgusting that he would get upset and order me to do something to make himself add up. Both my father-in-law and my parents were appalled to see our conversation on SMS. Eve, I'm so sorry for my stupid son. He must be doing something bad. But I don't know where he is now, and I can't question him. And I'm sure he'll just play innocent. Don't apologize to me. You didn't do anything bad. I'm really sorry. Now you have to pay 100% of the cancellation fee. Would you mind if my parents go to Maldives instead? I asked my father-in-law, and he agreed. If your parents can go now, that'd be great. You shouldn't waste the money. Since it's close to the airport from here, my parents said okay and accepted the tickets. I had to talk to my mother-in-law about Chris too, so my father-in-law gave me a ride to their house. When I told my mother-in-law what happened, she got furious. I can't believe that Chris is cheating on you. We decided to ask a detective agency to investigate what Chris was doing. We were pretending we knew nothing until we got the results while suppressing our anger. The fact that he's even deceiving his own parents means he must be doing something quite sinister. It probably would be adultery. I can't forgive him for having an affair and canceling our honeymoon. I decided to pack my bags so that I could leave the apartment anytime. 4 days later, he came back home. Welcome home. How's your dad? He's getting better. I'm sorry I couldn't go on our honeymoon. Did you get the souvenirs? Yes, I did. When I handed him the souvenirs, Chris looked so relieved. My parents, who went to Maldives, bought them. Thanks. Mom will be happy. I guess he was relieved that he had managed to fool us. He seemed to be in a good mood. I was about to lose my temper seeing him like that. But the result of the investigation hadn't arrived yet, so I waited patiently. 2 weeks later, the results finally arrived. There was a clear image of Chris and a woman looking intimate and entering her apartment. I immediately told it to my in-laws. They were shocked and apologized to me many times. And they allowed me to punish him without mercy. According to the result of the investigation, Chris was having an affair with one of his colleagues. It seemed that Chris had been seeing both of us for a long time, so he didn't want to get married to me. I was so angry that I almost went crazy. But then I cooled down and decided to execute my revenge against him. I said to him, "Hey, since I ended up traveling alone, I want to redo our honeymoon." "Okay, that'd be great. Let's go somewhere for 3 days." "Sounds good. Where do you want to go?" "Let's see. How about a trip to Las Vegas?" "It's too expensive to go overseas right now." "Oh, that sounds great. Well, I found a nice hotel, so can you book it for me?" "Oh, great. I'll take care of the reservations." Chris made reservations at an expensive hotel I chose. In the meantime, I was dealing with him in a normal way and steadily making preparations for the divorce. I hired a lawyer, found a small apartment, and hired a moving company. Then, on the day before our trip to Las Vegas, I told Chris that I had to go to my parents' house to take care of some business, and that I would go directly to the airport tomorrow. He agreed without any doubts. The next day, he called me from the airport. "Hey, are you here yet? The plane's leaving soon." "I'm sorry, I can't go." "What do you mean?" "Because I don't want to travel with an adulterer like you." "What? What do you mean? You think I'm having an affair?" "I would never do such a thing." "You can't pretend you don't know. We already have all the evidence. I have proof that you're having an affair with a woman, Kate, who works at the same place as you." When I said this, Chris seemed so upset. So I took a photo of the evidence of the affair with my phone and sent it to him. "Oh, unfortunately, you can't say any excuses. It's disgusting that you had to cancel our honeymoon to see your affair partner." "Wait, I had no choice then." "What do you mean you didn't have a choice?" "When I told her I was getting married to you, she got really jealous and told me that if I didn't cancel our honeymoon and go on a trip with her, she would tell about our relationship to the whole company." "So you chose to go on a trip with her because you were threatened?" "That's right. So I had no choice." What does he mean by I had no choice? It was his fault for dating 2 women at the same time. Anyway, I don't care about that anymore, but I'm definitely going to ask for a divorce and an alimony. Wait, let's talk about it. No, I don't want to see you anymore. The movers will be here soon to move my stuff to the new apartment. And all I have to do is go through my lawyer and demand that you fill out the divorce papers. What? Wait. I don't want a divorce. The person I love most in the world is you. I can't believe that. Believe me, and let's go on a trip to Las Vegas together. It's a waste of money to cancel the trip. Oh, it's okay. The people who are going instead are on their way. What? It looks like they just arrived. Dad? Mom? What are you doing here? Chris, you stupid son. We know you're having an affair. Oh, Have, did you tell them about that? We've been looking into your misdeeds. I was with them the day you lied and cancelled our honeymoon. What? We all knew you were lying, and we pretended not to know until we had a hard proof. Oh. Chris must have been shocked because he looked so proud that he had managed to fool us. Anyway, the trip to Las Vegas is a present for your parents. Of course you have to pay for it. Otherwise, I'll tell your company about the affair. No. Chris gave the tickets to his parents right away. We'll talk about it after our trip, my father-in-law said. I want them to enjoy the trip. The mover came just after that, so they moved my stuff, and I moved to my new apartment. I ignored all the phone calls and SMS Chris sent to me, and I simply replied, "Contact me through my lawyer." Then he agreed to divorce and to pay alimony. After the divorce was finalized and I received alimony, I told people at Chris's workplace about his affair. Since they came to our wedding and we got divorced so quickly, I thought I should tell them the reason of the divorce and apologize to them. Sure enough, I got a call from Chris. "Hey, why did you tell everyone at work? You promised to keep it a secret." "Well, they came to our wedding and we got divorced so quickly, so I thought I should tell them everything honestly." "Well, it was your fault and you deserve it." "Alright, bye." Hey. I hung up the phone. Apparently, Chris is getting the cold shoulder at work because of what he did. I also told that to all of his former classmates, so he's lost a lot of friends. I'm happy to know that he's in trouble. I blocked him from contacting me. Now, I'm living in an apartment and enjoying the single life. I'm only 28 years old, and my life is just beginning. I'm going to do a lot of things I wanna do and hope I'll get a great boyfriend. He was a lousy goofball. If you're too charming, don't get married, or rather don't date more than one person at a time. I'm glad that her in-laws are decent people. I hope she can get married with a wonderful man next time. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you like. See you in the next video.